Hi everyone. In this lesson, we're going to design ourselves a paperclip that we can print that will have our own symbol or name attached to it. So first, using this really wobbly drawing of a paperclip, want to determine exactly what kind of shape we need to make it functional. So, the simple paperclip is actually uses this internal area and the external area bend apart so that your sheet of paper or few sheets of paper can be stuck in between them. So the only thing that we need is an inner area that's connected by a very small or bendable part so that we can slip it over some sheets of paper. So I'm going to start by using an oval as my exterior shape. I know I can make a shape similar to this in TinkerCAD quite easily. And the inside is going to need to be attached only at one point so that it can bend outward enough so that we can slip a piece of paper in this way. So, if we wanted to do some text or a name, perhaps, we could attach the first letter and not any of the others. This way, we'd be able to bend this side and slide the name over the top and the ellipse underneath the paper. We could also do this same thing with simple shapes using our ellipse as our underside and some other design as our top shape, as long as the hole allows us to bend this point up, we can fit something in between them.
First, we're going to get a cylinder and drag it onto the work plane. We're going to change the height to 1 millimeter and then use this box over here to see how big this one, our example, is. We'll change this to 4 millimeters and make this 9.25 millimeters. Let's zoom back in and move this over here. We'll duplicate it and make it smaller by using these boxes over here to drag it. We'll make this a hole and use the align tool right here to align these together. Then we'll group these two. After we make the hole bigger, like this, and then we'll group it. Now we have the paperclip part. Now we just need to make the little box that the smiley face is going to go on top of. We'll make this 1 millimeter too, and click right here and see how big this is. 1.50 and 5.31. Now we'll zoom in and drag this little box right here. Then we're going to click right here and grab this scribble tool and move it right here. And with the arm mouse, make a smiley face. since we're done, we're just going to click done and make this 1 millimeter and make it smaller. We're going to drag it over here and use this arrow right here to bring it up above the box. We're going to zoom in and make it even smaller so it fits. We're going to align these three things together.
We're going to set up our paperclip designs to print. I'm going to use my original examples since they're a little bit larger, and I'm going to show you the difference between setting everything up as a single piece or having multiple parts. Since we have two different designs to print, but all together they are still very small, less than 100 millimeters across. So if I select both of these shapes, I can head over to the export feature, and we can see that only the selected shapes is chosen. If I hit everything in the design, I'll get all four. I don't want my extra designs, I only want these two, so we'll stick with the selected shapes and create an STL file. Now, if we move over to Cura for slicing, I have it set to the Monoprice Mini, which is a smaller printer. But I know that even with a smaller bed, these two shapes will fit. So if I click on Open here, I can go to my downloaded files and open up the paperclip. You can see that although both shapes have made it into our design, they are counted as one single shape. I cannot move them separately from one another. If you have separate STL files, you can still add multiple small shapes into your print so that you can print them both at the same time. I'll delete these and head back over to TinkerCAD and show you this. So let's select just this one and export it as an STL. And then let's select our heart and export it as well. And you can see that each time you export, it names the file the same as the name of your TinkerCAD design. So make sure that you've given it a name so that it isn't something ridiculous. But since I have exported it 3 times, it numbers them. So I know that paperclip 1 and 2 are my 2 separate clips. So let's go to Cura, and when I open, I'm going to select both paperclip 1 and paperclip 2. You can drag across, or you can click on one and then hold Control and click on the next one. I'll open both shapes, and you can see that it's positioned them strangely. One of them has bounced off to the side there. We can manually move our pieces around, but if we right-click, we can easily tell it to arrange all models. This will try to arrange everything in the space. Looks like it was unsuccessful as it put the heart up too high and it is marked as it's going off the side here. So let's center everything and then try and arrange them again. Looks like its automated arrangement isn't so great. So we'll grab this control and place it underneath our first one. Then we will select this guy and move him up a little bit. Move this one up. Now we can get them both into the space. So it might take a little bit more work, but if you lay your pieces out inside of TinkerCAD, you can import them as a single object and go from there. Now that we've got everything fit onto the build platform, we can go ahead and slice it. Since the paper clips are extremely thin and not very detailed, we can go with a faster, larger layer height. We don't have to worry about how much infill, and we don't have to generate any supports. Once we slice things, we always want to take a quick look at the preview and make sure that nothing strange has happened, making sure that our design is printing directly on the surface. Also, making sure that nothing strange is going on the inside where our parts attach. If I take a look at this heart, it seems like the point where it attaches is very tenuous. So it looks like for this heart, I might have to go back in and move the position so that it overlaps a little better with my bottom layer heart. This looks like it's in danger of falling apart. So now that I've found this out, I can go back into TinkerCAD and make some adjustments and export it again. You should always double and triple check your files before you print. It'll save you from printing some things that will fall apart and having to print them again. Once you've got all of your designs ready and you're sure they're going to print, then you can save to file and you'll be ready to send them